Video time! Welcome to the Saturday Sit Down this week, published to you on Monday, because I'm bad at keeping schedule. There's a fly in here that's bothering me, and it's really big, and I hope it doesn't land on my head again. I'd also like to welcome you to Unleash This Book Reviews, which is what I call this entire thing that I do. This week I read Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha. A Buddhist book, I suppose you could say. It was written by a German dude, Hermann Hesse, who left Germany and became a resident of Switzerland later in his life, but was always enchanted with Middle Eastern or Eastern religious and medical traditions and things of that nature. So what we have here is Siddhartha. Siddhartha being a man who is after what we're all after in one form or another, enlightenment. And he goes about on his search in a very traditional Buddhist manner. He leaves his father at a young age after gaining proper permission to become a samana, I believe it's pronounced, where he goes to live in the forest with no possessions, very little clothing, get your food from begging neighbors, residents of the cities that you walk by, etc. Trying to find a little bit more about the self, about the truth of reality, about our purpose on life, about nirvana, about however you want to call it. I think you get the idea. Being a samana doesn't work for him. He tries it out and he soon finds that he can't really trust in teachers anymore. And not because teachers are bad or that teachers are trying to teach us the wrong things, but that simply because this type of wisdom, the wisdom of everything, of being, of existence, isn't something that can be passed along through words or through anybody who has attained it. Siddhartha finds, or he believes he finds, that achieving this type of wisdom has to be done through the self, through inner reliance. And that wise men can't pass it on. So he goes on and tries to figure this out on his own. I don't want to give you any more about the story at this point in case you're enticed to read it yourself. What I can say is that I was pleasantly occupied for a week. And I started the week much more excited about the book, and as the book went on, my excitement sort of waned off, and I completed it and was happy with it. What got to me, and what gets to me a lot with this type of stuff, is much like Siddhartha discovered that this type of wisdom can't be passed on through words, it kind of seems almost redundant that the author, Hesse, tries to prove this through words, through the book. And it's a problem I've run into before. I've read a lot of philosophy dealing with one nature and, all that, call it eccentric or whatever you want. That kind of stuff. And the fault that I've always found is that I don't believe this type of stuff can be discovered through words and through reading books, just like Siddhartha. And so, therefore, I think there's almost always an inherent disappointment in these types of books, even if they might open your eyes wide to brand new concepts that you have never even conceived of before. And I think that's wonderful and that's great. I think they certainly help you get your foot on the right track, going down the right path. But they can never provide the answers, no matter how much they may want to. And I also find it a little odd when a man writes about a fictional character finding enlightenment, because odds are the author himself has never found enlightenment, or he probably wouldn't be spending his time writing fiction, but instead spending his time like the Buddha that is present in this novel. And if you read, you'll understand what I mean by that. So overall, I'd probably give this book around like a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I could see myself reading it again, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody that has even a little interest in Eastern religious and scientific philosophy. Maybe scientific's the wrong term, but you know what I mean. But it just left, you know, I just kind of wish that maybe it could have pushed the boundaries a little bit farther. Maybe could have opened my mind up to a few new concepts that I hadn't really read before. But what are you going to do? It was a good read. I'm happy that I read it. And I hope if you guys are interested, you read it too. I'd also like to pass along that this week, I will not be doing a book review on Saturday because I am guest hosting, starring on a friend of mine's blog, In Between Covers. That's her name anyways on Twitter. And I'll provide a link to the blog that I'll be featured on. So there this week, which I will also publish on my channel for you guys, I am going to be giving you a list of my top 5 favorite books ever. And I realize the dangers that come with admitting to such things. I realize that I'm not nearly as well read as I once thought I was and wish that I was. And I'm afraid that my list is going to come out kind of childish, to be honest. But that's what I'm doing this week. That's going to hit her blog on Friday. I will give you that link, and I'll probably publish it on my channel either Friday or Saturday, so keep an eye out for that. Alright? Top 5 favorite books this week. I'll let you know on Saturday or Sunday what I'm going to be reading the week after that. I hope you enjoy yourselves this week. As always, Bills winning again. Sorry, Philadelphians. Let's go to Troy Lions tonight against the Bears. They're like the Bills NFC brothers, right? How many of you guys even watch the NFL? Who cares? I'll see you later. Take care.